Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, happier holidays. Chicago companies and consumers are filled with a little more holiday cheer this year. Local businesses are starting to plan their company holiday parties again after 2 years of cutbacks and layoffs. Nationwide, a recent survey by the Bureau of National Affairs shows that more than 3/4 of employers will hold some type of year-end celebration. That's up from a decade low of 67% last year. And while it's still below the peak hit in 2005, all of this renewed optimism is giving a year-end boost to local hotels and restaurants, which were hit hard by the recession. Chicago-based Let Us Entertain You Enterprises says sales have climbed more than expected for the past 6 months. Event reservations are up between 5 and 15%, along with smaller, more intimate parties.
We're not near back to where we were in 07 or 08. We're not going to get back to those numbers for a while. I think the economy has changed so much that I think people are not going to spend the way they did back then. There's a different type of exuberance back then that we don't see today. But I'm encouraged by what I see going forward.
Brown says many of the lettuce restaurants have seen small changes, like more orders of appetizers, special desserts, and wines, and that the holiday season can often be a barometer for next year's results.
It's a good 8-week period for us because it actually extends now over to the first of the year. Some years, when we've not had great holiday seasons, it hurt us going into the following year. This year, I'm sensing this momentum is climbing.
And it's priced at $12.65. It's a beautiful handmade Italian boot.
As for retail, luxury is back in style again. Upscale department stores posted an overall 6% sales gain in October from a year ago, according to the International Council of Shopping Centers, with Neiman Marcus, Saks, and Nordstrom all seeing gains. On Oak Street, Lester Lampert Jewelers says the phones are ringing a lot more. And high-end Chalk Boutique in Evanston says shoppers have found a balance between excess and recession-era restraint. Chalk sales are up nearly 40% from a year ago, and co-owners Sharon Watrous and Carrie Kane say they try to help customers overcome their economic concerns by focusing on the long-term value of the pieces they're buying.
People are comfortable buying luxury items, but especially when they have an intrinsic value.
As soon as a customer understands why this is priced at this price point and it makes sense to them, then it's an easy purchase because they see the longevity of it in their wardrobe, they see how they could style it many different ways, and so it's a completely positive thing.
There seems to be some pent-up demand among Chicago consumers going into the holiday season. A new survey released today by Deloitte shows nearly 65% of Chicagoans say they plan to spend more or the same as they did last year. On average, they plan to spend about $1,300 per consumer. That's 18% higher than the national average. Still, it's worth noting the overall local outlook on the economy is still guarded, with nearly 2/3 of Chicagoans believing the economy is weak and less than half saying they expect the economy to improve next year. Well, that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more on this story, be sure to check out this week's print edition of Crain's and chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.